Yeah.
Guys, today we're here. Counterstrike C230.
We know you're excited.
Oh my gosh. 23-foot couples van with a king bed.
Rear Club Lounge.
Yeah, rear club lounge.
You guys have been asking for this, and what did we do? We delivered.
We did right here, see? So this is the Counterstrike in our range is a full electric high-end van. It has all the stuff standard. And I'm not just talking about the stuff you might have heard about before.
And the things.
It's really advanced. It's some of the most advanced stuff in the world in this van, standard.
Yeah, and we did that because we want you guys to have the experience of when you go away camping, you don't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
There's no, those little 1%ers that piss you off or irritate you that kind of take away from the experience. You don't get that with this. This is a set and forget. Yeah,
everything should be easy from packing, like setting it up to go, traveling, arriving, leveling.
Looking like a badass.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the composite panel and why that's good, and then we'll kind of go into the features of the van.
So the whole construction of the van is a composite van, and composite meaning it's this one panel, this whole wall. So it's a fiberglass foam fiberglass, and it's solid foam in there. So the insulation properties, which is roof, walls, and floor, the insulation properties is amazing. So in winter, we're in Melbourne right now, it's cold. It's not cold inside. No. In summer, it's hot. You know, a lot of vans, you'll feel the roof, it's warm. The actual inside of the roof is warm. Yeah. These ones, it's not warm. And what that means, and why we did that is because this is a full electric van. It's gasless. There's no gas in the van. You don't need the big gas vents on it. It's great. Dust is kind of a thing of the past.
With Trev's gas.
Anyway, and so what it means is that the better inside of the van is, and all those not needing those vents, which is losing your heat or cooling, means that you don't need to use as much power to run your heating or aircon.
Which is funny, you're less reliant on your battery management system, which this battery management system is epic.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about that as well. But so with the composite paneling, like Trev was talking about, 29 mil thick walls, 38 on the roof, 35 on the floor.
They can read the specs.
You can read the specs.
So what it means is, you get up in the morning, if it's really cold outside, the floor's not cold.
But you know what I found though, and you would have as well. Well, no, I don't know if you went camping when it was cold.
I might have.
So when I went camping in our C196 when it was really quite cold in Gippsland, and I never turned the heat on, and it was so warm in the van, which in our standard range, it's still really comfortable. They're still insulated, but you really feel the difference. So there's so many amazing things. It's gonna be a bit. Hang in with us, you're gonna love this. We're gonna go through all the features, but I promise you, this is a wicked van. We're so stoked. Like I said, so many of you asked for this layout, and we're nice guys. So
let's hit it. Let's start at the front. We'll work our way around the outside. Once we finish that, we're going to show you inside, and you're going to love this van.
You come with us. Hey, you know what? I think we should tell them this is a full off-road van, off-road, off-grid.
This is like the ultimate off-road because all this black you see, this is actually, it's not paint. It's called, well, it's kind of paint. It's Raptor coat. So it's Raptor coated on the chassis and Raptor coated on all the toolbox and all down the sides. The Raptor coat, it's super durable. So no more checker plate. And it doesn't mean it won't stone chip. It does take a lot more to stone chip it. But the thing is, when you do stone chip it, which if you go and get out in these outback spots, which we hope you do, and you get a few scars on it, you can just buy a little kit yourself, 50 bucks, and you can just roll it. And you won't even tell.
You wouldn't even know.
No.
And if you've seen Trevor on the What's Up Down Under with him towing the C196, you will see where it might have gotten chipped. And but it was when we fixed it up. You couldn't even tell.
Yep. So that's really cool. So
benefit.
After a couple of years of really hard life, a couple of little rollers and you're done. Like it's not, and you can do it yourself at home. Someone else can do it, but you can do it yourself at home. It's that easy. Full off-road, very capable. It's a DO45. This one's as standard is rated to 4.5 ton. And the reason for that is that it's 23 foot long, it's filled with stuff. So you can't tow this with your normal 3.5 ton tow vehicle. You're gonna need a really cool...
Your RAV4 won't tow it.
You will need a really cool tow vehicle. So thank you very much, you can go and get that. This is a full articulating hitch. So this is a Cruise Master DO45. So it articulates left and right, up and down. So it's gonna take in all those lumps and bumps and corrugations really well.
Safety and comfort.
Yep. So that's just your handbrake to keep it in position when parked. You have a 12-pin plug and a Red Anderson. This one here is to run the disc brakes. The disc brakes are an option on this. Standard, it comes with the drum brakes, which work really amazing. and you can upgrade to the disc brakes. This here is a jockey wheel. It is actually drill operated. It's called a Boss 365. Yeah. These are amazing. So all you do is you grab your drill, grab it here, and it goes whoop, straight down, straight up. You don't have to take this off when traveling. That's
what I liked about it.
It's not clunking around. You just take the little foot off. And the reason I say foot is it's a foot, not a wheel. So it doesn't slide around. If you're camping on sand, and I hope you do, WA's got some really great beach spots. That base plate allows it to not sink into the sand, which is really cool.
These are awesome.
And so all you do is you take that base plate off and drop it in your tubs at the front here. So these tubs are standard on the van.
Yeah, so
you can
here, standard.
Standard, and this bit here is an option. So you can option on this big toolbox on here. It's a fully insulated box. I'll show you that in just a minute.
Yeah, the full composite insulation. Yep.
So in here, these are great. Like throw some firewood in here, silage hoses, so your water hoses, your waste hose, things like that. I normally put my big floor mat under the awning in there.
Yeah, the
great spots. Yep. All the sort of dirty, wet stuff, just drop it in there. It's pretty handy. You've got a water tap on the A-frame there. It's protected, and some pretty large chains to go with it.
Yep.
At the front of the van, often if you're going to be arriving late at night or leaving in the dark,
which is me.
Or just generally if you want to work
I'm always arriving late.
If you want, you do. You leave quite late in the day.
I do.
It's got a 26-inch bar light, that LED strip light up there.
It's bright.
It also has one on the rear. So that's really cool for when you're driving in, it's hard to see where the van is and some of the ground around you. You can flick it on during the drive in to see around the van a bit more, because normally your headlights at the front of the car, you can't see the van.
Yeah.
So you can see really well from that, or as a work light out here. And you can see here it's got a camera, Bluetooth camera. It's got one front and rear as standard. Yeah. Bluetooth straight to the front of the car.
On this van though, there's a 360 option on here. There's a few reasons that's cool. One, from a security point of view, you've got your screen inside the van. You can plug that in 12-volt point. We'll show you inside. So you can have like a security system out here, but also if there's like wildlife or cool stuff you want to see outside the van, you can check it out. But
the 4 cameras, because you got them 360 degrees all the way around. So you got one front, back, standard, and optioned onto the sides. On this van, we have optioned that. You need to ask for that if you want that. So it's really cool. So the capabilities and the kind of comfort you'll have knowing that you can see what you're doing, you can see around. Yeah, it's really good.
Show them what's in the
box.
In the box. What's in the box?
This option does extend the length of the travel length of the van by this much. So it's about
330, I think.
500 mil probably. Yeah, definitely. Well, you think a ruler is 300 millimeters, so that's probably 600 mil.
Oh.
So this is an insulated panel, the same as the van's made out of, which means the fridge is not working really hard to keep this area cool. Great storage up here for like surfboards, boogie boards. I don't know, like
little kids,
grandkids.
So this is a 96-liter Evacool slide-out, dual fridge, freezer, freezer. Opens from both sides, plenty of room on the back for bottled water, extra beers, what have you.
This is a massive space up here.
Typically, you could put the 80-liter slide-out fridge.
Yeah, standard that comes with an 80-liter. Same design fridge, just an 80-liter, sitting in here.
Oh, and this single, because I've got a bevy in one hand.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, when you go get a drink, you've got a handful, don't you?
That's right, hopefully. So normally that fridge would sit in here, which is an 80-liter fridge in here. And then you still have, this much space to be able to store things, and then all that room in the back, which is just...
This is another bedroom.
It is. What's really good about this, these large openings and big space in there, is the most comfortable chairs are recliner chairs. And if you've been out and about before, you will camp in your chair a lot. Like you're at the beach, you're at a fire, whatever. So those recliner chairs, but they're a bit wider, they're a bit bigger. They don't fit in a normal tunnel booth. So you can just throw them in there and you've got so much space. You're not trying to stack it and kind of sequence things away. You just throw them in and it's good.
Yeah, easily fit our 32-inch smart TV.
Yep, so it comes standard.
No problemo.
We've got 2 induction cooktops, so you can move them inside, outside, the outside kitchen or inside. You can run them both. Because the inverter is so big, it's going to run both of those at the same time.
Do you know what else is cool?
What?
You're standing right now under the awning arm.
Yeah. And
you did not clothesline yourself. Much to my disappointment.
I'm not as short as someone. I can still walk under it with head in my head. You can. Oh, you're gonna say you can drop it.
That's all right, you do it.
You can drop it down. Oops. You can drop
Yeah.
it down.
So if you've got a big rainstorm coming in, you don't want your water pooling up, drop that down, your water runs off to one side.
If afternoon sun's
Yeah.
coming in, you can drop this down so it's sort of effective.
These are great. So we've had these out in some really, really wicked winds. So Trev has this term that I love because it's really fun, which is called test to failure. And one of the many, many reasons I love my job is that when we take a van out to test, we do test to failure to see what we can break. And it didn't break out in the winds. It collapsed back in on itself like it's supposed to do, but.
And it's much quieter than a normal awning, so when the winds are
Surprisingly.
happening, you know, it'll just kind of move like this. It will have a little bit of noise. The other ones will have a little bit more. It's not bad. But the good thing is,
if there is noise, push the button.
and that's all I do every night. I had poles out, you know, roped out, rafters, anti-flap kits. I had all the stuff. But actually, what I found is it's
pull
way
it in.
better. You just press the button, in it comes in the morning, straight out.
Easy.
Oh, and when you pull up in the rain, we've done this. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
you pull up in the rain, you put the awning out, and then you can come and set up the van without getting wet.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Center awning cradle, standard on all of our vans, but
Yep.
important for an awning this big as well. Now you're gonna see as well, we've got 2 speakers up here. That's not standard. We normally provide the 2 portable speakers. This particular van has been optioned on with a really cool Apple radio, which I'll show you.
You can option on it. So internal, external speakers, you can option that on if you want. Or the Bluetooth speakers, you can run them both at the same time. And they've got quite a large range too. So you can be
Party
kind
central.
of 50 meters away and still run them. You have the awning lights. So you got 2 lights up here, which are orange at the moment. They also do click to white. And you have a over kitchen light here as well, which is, once again, it's orange and white with Summer doing the... in here we have the Bluetooth controls for all your lights. Same inside, it's all Bluetooth.
Mount
so
your 32-inch smart TV.
You can turn your lights on and off from any of those controls.
Flick mixer tap pantry. What I like about the pantry as well.
So it's hot and cold, and it comes with a portable sink, so you can throw your sink under here.
Yeah, and it's a huge table.
This is great.
So the first time I took a Counterstrike out, I had that, that massive picnic table that we've got.
Yep.
I'd put it in the boot because I was so excited I could finally fit that table in the
Yes.
boot. And then I never used it.
Yeah.
Because I could fit all my shit out here.
Everything you need.
So the cool thing with the Counterstrike series with these outdoor kitchens is all the stuff you'd normally be bringing in and out, your wipes and seasonings and tomato sauce, whatever, it just lives here. So when you set up, you're not going
Even
in and out.
sunscreens, bug sprays, all
of
this
it.
sort of stuff, yeah.
Freaking great.
Yeah.
Flick mixer tap for your hot and cold water.
Yeah.
It really is epic van.
Yeah. It is,
I'm
yeah.
so excited about this van.
And when it's away, which is very easy to put away, it looks really cool.
Tidy.
So the whole van is designed to look, make sure it looks really smart. Everything ties in.
And there's a spot for everything. Everything has its place. So you're not mucking around with setup.
Man, how cool are these wheels too? So these are a 17-inch wheel.
Mickeys. Are these Mickeys?
So there's,
yeah.
we
These are
color
Mickeys.
match it to the graphics. So this one's all gray. You can go all gold or bronze or blue. We can't match the blue to the wheels. We can't get blue wheels the same.
We can try, but well.
So these wheels are really cool. And 7-inch, and yeah, Mickey Thompson tread on these. So that's not a cheap tire. It's probably a lot more than you need. And these are standard. The reason we put them on is this is probably what you've got on your car.
Yeah.
If you like nice things, this is what you got on your car. This is what we've got on the van. This is the type of experience you should have. They're a mud terrain tire. You can normally there's like a normal road tire. You've got all terrain and then a mud terrain. The mud terrains, it just means you can actually deflate them a lot more. So if you're going on some really heavy corrugated roads, you'll drop your tire pressures on these, maybe down to like 20, 25 PSI. Also, if you're going on the beaches, this is a big van.
Yeah.
It's like an anchor when you're towing it on very soft sand. So you'll drop the tires pressure on your car, but you also drop the tire pressure on the van. And the sidewalls on a mud terrain tire are very strong. So you can make sure to get through that soft sand with very deflated tires or sharp rocks and things like that. So, and they look super cool. That is my favorite thing. They're so
The
cool.
flat floor looks sexy. The flat floor, we've got a lot of height and clearance on the van, which is why we have this fabulous triple step. And Trevor's going to give you
I'll do a little explanation, a demonstration if
demo.
you may. It's just such a strong step. Even being a triple step, you would start to think that actually it's a bit flimsy. There is a lot of steps on the market that are flimsy.
Well, most.
Most of them are. And if you've had a van before, you already know what we're talking about. So it's very sturdy and it's not heavy to push in.
No. We've got this here because we're on quite a
I think I made that look hard. I went slow, but I think it might have made it look hard. Yeah, this is a bit of a slope down here.
Yeah, so we've got our portable step.
The
Typically, you wouldn't need it, and we've
well,
got
actually,
the airbags up.
to go back on that point, this van standard has airbag suspension. So this box here is the airbag, and it comes with a couple of remotes. So just straight off this, I'm not going to do it because I've already leveled the van. But we can auto level, or we can off the remote, just press the buttons and level the van off to what we want. So it doesn't matter what ground you're on, you will be able to level the van off with the
onboard air compressor and tank as well.
Yeah, which means that when you drop the tire pressures, which you will, like you get some really cool spots with this van, you'll drop the tire pressures.
He may or may not have gotten bogged in a dry riverbed recently.
Yeah, now back. So you can, if you drop your tire pressures down, you can just plug your kit into the onboard air compressor and tank, into your tires, and you'll pump up all your tires. And if you don't have one on your car, you can go ahead and pump up the tires on your car too. So you will use this a lot,
for sure.
Not only for leveling the van, but for pumping up and deflating your tires a lot. Like it's going to be a thing that happens. So that makes your life so much easier.
More storage back here.
Yeah. So you have a full width tunnel boot all the way through, the light in here as well. So you got the amount of outside storage. And
what do they see inside?
Well, on that, we're going to come around the back here. You have this integrated rear bar.
And again, guys, we're on a slope, so this is not normally quite this
And
high.
summer's really short. What are you, like 4'1"?
3'9". 3'9" actually.
This is storage as well. So this here is great for like your chainsaws, tool bags. You can put firewood and stuff in here as well. Well, you would.
Thank you for that permission.
So really great amount of outside storage or tunnel boot storage we have along here. And then you've got 2 jerry can holder storages up here, which you can use for water or fuel or whatever you need. Yeah, as we said earlier, the 26-inch rear bar light. So when you want to work out here, you might have, and this we've been away before, we've had a campfire and Summer's trying to walk off to her van. I flicked the light on for her.
Yeah, that was, and it's so bright.
Yeah, it's super bright. It'll open up the whole area. So it's really nice. You can see the amount of windows on this van too.
Well, just wait, we'll show them inside.
It just looks so
Let's,
cool.
do you want to?
So this kind of cutaway on this bar is
valuable.
It looks cool, but actually when you're going to go in some really big undulations, you'll appreciate the fact that the back of the van's not so low.
Dropping off the side of a cliff, like this one does.
Normally you would have spare wheels hanging out traditionally on a van, and they would be hanging out down here. So you have picked up quite a lot of clearance from the old version of a spare wheel to this. And as you can see, the spare wheels aren't mounted here. This has a single spare wheel and it's mounted underneath the van. Same as you would have on a four-wheel drive or...
Yeah, just crank it down.
Yeah, it's just a little arm and you just crank it down and it drops to the ground and you can change your tyre over. It also comes with a 2025 models are going to come with a tyre repair kit. So if you get a puncture, you can just repair on the side of the road, pump up your tyre back with your onboard air and you're good to go. So you might not even have to drop it down.
Rear recovery points?
Yeah, so under the van on the chassis here are the recovery points. So if you do get stuck, even if you got your car stuck and you can't get forward, someone can hook up here and pull you back. They will be able to pull the van and the car out of that hole. And ask me how I know. We do that.
There's video footage of
We
it.
do get bogged. The best spots are remote and they're not that easy to access. And the vans are made to get there. So if you can get a very capable tow vehicle, then you're going to have a lot of fun.
And it's handy for people that are like Trevor, that see a sign that says no caravans this way, or maybe you shouldn't go that way, or when people are like, I wouldn't go that way, and Trevor's like, that's really handy.
Well, often people are like, they're walking in where we are, like, how did you get in here?
His name's Trevor.
These are an option. So these are
these are amazing.
The front, we showed you the jockey foot, the jockey wheel that was drill operated. So this is the same company, the Boss 365s. These, same thing, same drill attachment. You just drop your drill in there and straight up and down for the foot to level off the van. These are actually a rated stabilizer leg. So actually these can work as a jack. So if you need to take your tire off your van, you can actually use these to jack up the side of the van to get your
and they're just comfortable to, I mean, it's kind of a funny thing to say, but they're comfortable to use.
Just, who wants to do things by hand anymore? The whole van's made easy. Like you will seriously look like a legend when you try and set up a pack up because
it's so quick.
Everything's just made easy. It's fast and it takes no
effort.
No effort, no skill, just a drill.
Yeah, any idiot can do it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Trev.
I just think the sooner to get my beer, the better. Everyone's happier. So this has a water manifold. So there's no side. You normally have like a couple of...
Yeah, these are the fast fills.
Yeah, faster. So normally you just kind of jam your hose on the side of the van and it slowly fills up one tank. Once you finish that one, you put in another tank. This, you just connect straight to your mains water and you choose which tank to fill up. Normally,
like a boss.
Standard, it comes with 2 tanks. They're 110 litres each, so that's 220 litres of water, which is quite good. This customer wanted a 3rd tank, so we have a 3rd tank on this one. You can choose which tank to fill up just by turning the one on. If you are somewhere where you're connected to mains water and you don't want to use your tanks, you just leave all these off, connect your mains water on, and you're just running straight off the mains.
Easy peasy.
So very easy, just connect on and you're done. So this here, this is the other side of our rear tunnel boot. And then this one is just an access panel for this. This is the battery management system from AusX Corp. It's called the DCX system. These guys are truly amazing for what they do. This is all designed in Melbourne. They're going global.
They're next level for sure.
This will be the future of caravanning, especially as things get more electrified. This is a 51 volt system. So most vans we use and cars, they're a 12 volt system. I know we're talking about a lot of detail in these systems, but so the 51 volt system, the reason that's the highest voltage you go in batteries, and then you go to AC instead of DC. The reason it's high voltage is because you have high voltage panels as well. So we've got 4 panels, which are 70 volts each. So you're running around 300 and something volts on the roof. And what this system allows is that actually has more than 240 volts. So your normal appliances,
330, isn't it?
Aircon, something like that.
Yeah.
So your aircon, your induction cooktop, stuff like that, they're running on 240 volt. If the sun's out, you'll have enough voltage coming in. So it's the first bit of power, which is wattage, that comes in, will run your appliances, and then what's left over...
Just on solar.
Straight from your solar.
You're not cycling through an inverter in your battery. So your
really
battery
effective.
is being saved as a battery.
Yeah, and then the remaining wattage that you're not using will go through this system and stored in your battery. So it's a very, very smart system.
Basically, it's, if you don't want to think about having to manage your output too much, this is for you.
Yeah.
And we can go into that in more detail when they give us a call.
Yeah, this is a system that just does everything, and it picks up the amount of solar is great. So normally a 12 volt van would have 12 volt panels, and they'll pick up solar from about 10 in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. This has got commercial solar panels, and so actually they're a 0 degree panel. When the sun's all the way up without shade over the panel, so from say 7:30, 8 in the morning, you'll start picking up solar, and it'll go through this to like 5, 5:30 at night. So you're getting significantly more hours of solar coming in. And that matters because when you're using power and that is your source of power, you want as much as you can get. So we have that, that's amazing, and you can upgrade that. We actually have what's called our take charge system, which upgrades the solar to 3.3 kilowatts.
Most ever done, not just in Australia, by the way.
Yeah.
But in the world.
And same thing, it's simple. So you can do a manual one, or what we love, we've got an automated system. You press a button, and panels come out.
Badass, let's be honest. You really do.
So if you do not want to think about power, you want to run your air cons flat out, you want to do all your stuff, take charge system on top of this.
Talk to us about it and we'll go over the capability on it.
But as a standard, it's already decked out really well. This is your power inlet. So if you are connected to mains, you can just run it straight off mains and it'll do all its thing. This is an option. This has a diesel hot water system. Actually, it's not it's instant.
Yes.
Instant. So it's not a 20 litre. So, this you mean the tank? Sorry, the tank is, with it's connected to a diesel instant hot water. That's an upgrade. It's a nice upgrade because it doesn't use power, and hot heating water does use a lot of power. So it is good for conserving your power, and it's instant. So it just means you've always got hot water whenever you want to use it. So you can option that on, and we're happy to talk through all these power and different upgrades. Ooh. Now this,
let's hear, Trav.
Bit of a piece de resistance. I'm not really French, you might have thought so, but. So this is
Viola.
Your washing machine, which is a bit weird to have it on the outside, isn't it?
No.
But normally you have it on the inside.
I mean, inside's fine, but then you're taking up storage space, cupboard space, and frankly, when you're hanging stuff, you're normally hanging it outside. Like, I don't want to hang stuff in the bed. I mean, you can.
It's pretty hard.
But the other thing that I like is when you want to grab your dirty clothes, I think you just kind of
Where would you grab the, so?
reach on over to your laundry
What?
chute, Trevor.
What do you mean out here?
First ever laundry chute in a van. We did in the Counterstrike.
Look at that. So.
Oh God, please don't.
That's going, that's in, that's in. We're gonna make a meme out of that. So on the other side of this window here, this is your bathroom. So you'll go to the bathroom, first thing you do for a shower, take your gear off, straight into the laundry chute. So if in your bathroom, take your clothes off straight in there. It's dealt with, there's no bag of clothes on the ground. I hate bags of clothes on the ground, just does my head in.
When they stink, like smoky clothes.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just stinky.
Yep.
Because you're camping
and just anyway you smell. Most videos we do talk about your stench.
True. Now this doesn't look like a lot of space, but this is at least a basket and a half that you'll get in here of laundry, like a big basket. So this is just one of those things again that makes sense.
Yeah, so you can grab it straight from here, throw it in the washing machine.
You are very welcome. We did that for you.
We
did it
really
for
cool.
us. It's just a side effect. Is that you get to benefit
You get
from
to have
it
it too. Yeah, yeah.
You're still welcome.
So as we said earlier, the van is designed just to make things easy and make you guys just truly enjoy the experience you went out there for, because no one went out there to deal with some dirty clothes on the ground.
Stinky.
Yeah.
This is more for Trev.
This is a bit of a shit thing to talk about.
It's open.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So if you can hear, they can't hear it. Can you hear that?
This is called a SOG system. So the other side of this is a bit of a shit topic, but this is a chemical toilet.
Crap.
I can't open it because it's open a little bit. So,
so they can hear the
as you can see, this is your toilet. So when you do your business, it ends up in this canister here. And if you use the right stuff, it's not normally much of a smell, or if any. But the good thing is this comes standard, which is a SOG system, and it sucks the air out of the canister and takes it out of the van through a carbon filter. So there's absolutely no smell in the van.
Definitely works.
And then outside, there's no smell in the van because it goes through a carbon filter. So there's no smell. So even
you're not going to stink out your neighbors.
Even if someone was doing a thing in there, we could stand here without smelling it, which is very thankful for that.
This client's option on a grey water tank. Standard, we provide you with a portable grey water bladder, which is just handy because they fold down nice and tidy.
Oh, they're fantastic. But yeah, you can option on a grey water tank if you want a fixed tank. This is the other side of that boot. So it's a huge amount of storage. And then once again, this was an option, but it shows you the other side. You still have all this storage space here.
Huge.
Customers do a bunch of different stuff for this. Some of them just leave it open for larger, sort of taller items, bulky items. We did have a customer who actually was a fitter and turner, and he just likes fixing stuff on his way, other people's stuff, a little bit of a side hustle for him. And he built this out as a tool storage and part storage in this. So, this is, if you option this on, it's yours, you can do what you want with it.
Very versatile.
Yeah, it's great having it.
Under van protection, we've got the...
Yeah, so we talked about the raptor coating to protect the van and the chassis. Then you can see here, normally the mud flaps are behind the wheels, which we do have behind our wheels, but this right across the front. So here, and then also between the chassis here. And that is for when you go Gibb River Road, Great Central Road, Cape York areas. When you go on these really long trips that are just corrugated stone roads, if you haven't been there before, actually a lot of the stones, they're sharp. They're not smooth, rounded river rocks. They're quite sharp.
And they also do maybe a bit more damage when you're driving at 100.
Yeah, you definitely want to slow down for them. As we said, I like to test things to failure. Normally when you don't have this, and the reason we have this on is because I did go on test vans. I mean, we used them. and we still use them. And what I found that without these under body protection, your tanks get damaged, all your pipe work gets damaged. This just stops all that. So you can go and get to your destination without any dramas on that.
Do you want to tell them about the suspension while I go inside the van and turn the heat on? I'm cold.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I'm going in the van.
Okay, so under the van now, these are independent rear trailing arm suspension. So you have, this is the trailing arm. Here you got two, so you got dual shocks. Where they really help is when you go on corrugated roads, this thing's working really hard. So the dual shocks allow to disperse the heat between not just the one shock, because you don't want these to overheat and get stuck on a very outback remote spot. So you have the dual shocks, and then over here is your airbag system. Traditionally you would see springs on this sort of part of the van. As we said, standard it comes with these airbags. And that just means you can raise the van, lower the van, either the whole van or left or right to level it. So super handy, really good stuff. So these are a Tico Tough Ride brand of suspension. And this is on our intelligent engineered chassis. So you can upgrade or change suspension to like Cruise Master and things like that. This stuff we believe is some of the best stuff out there. Definitely tried and proven, and we absolutely love it. Up under here, under the van, all of our plumbing's protected, all our wiring's in really neat spots. And we also have moved our great quality and quiet water pumps, but instead of having them take up space inside, we've moved them to outside the van and put them in a very protected cover. So we've made use of the space inside and made everything really neat under here too. So I think I'm a bit cold under here. Let's jump in the van and show you the inside of the van.
Yeah, I've been warm in here. I got myself a beer while you were outside in the cold.
It was
wet.
very cold.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and it is really warm and comfortable in here.
Look at how much space there is here.
Yeah, it's nice. I love these. I love these rear club lounges. It's such a good like entertaining space. Like you would comfortably sit here for hours and chat, play games, read books.
Yeah.
It's a really nice space, and just looking through to the kitchen, which is massive. Right, both sides kitchen. It's huge.
And look at the windows, like the bringing the outside in.
Yeah, like,
and the overhead storage.
There's really minimal not windows when you look at it. Like there's not much space that isn't a window.
The mood lighting, the quiet door.
Yeah.
Waterfall bench tops.
Yes, and all these windows you can block out neighbours.
Yeah, but don't though, because that's such a nice view.
Or sun or whatever you can. You know,
yeah, but not now.
No,
that's
not
too pretty.
now. Yeah, it's beautiful. So this is great. Yeah, the mood lighting's fantastic. This customer, you know, they option on the
radio, yeah. The Google Play radio.
Screen, yeah, for the interface for the surround sound. So you have the speakers inside and outside. Once again, that's an option. You can have that if you want, or you just go with the standard Bluetooth speaker setup, which I love. You got the fan, 12-volt fans.
Did you notice how warm it is in here?
It's
I had the heater cranking.
It's beautiful in here, and and now we've got it off, and it's still nice. So. And that's the beauty of those panels we talked about earlier. So this van, full electric, so the fact that we turned the aircon on, there was no generator running. It wasn't needed.
No.
We still have a lot of power left. We can see exactly from our screen up here what power we've got left, how much we're bringing in, how much we're using. And you don't have to do anything. Like you just turn it on. There's no 17 buttons to go on, turn on your inverter. You just turn it on.
Like I said, set and forget.
Yeah. So it's great. You got the waterfall bench top.
It's beautiful.
All the soft close drawers. So huge amount of really usable storage in this kitchen. So you got shallow drawers and deep drawers. So you got a big mixture. And then over here you've got a really wide drawer. So, and then narrower drawers. So you got such a good selection. So depending on
the bench space.
But depending on what you're storing, because often when you're traveling around, everything wants to move, you can put the right sized item in the right sized drawers.
Yep. You use this nice term that I like, where you say everything fits together like a puzzle.
Yeah, so all the cabinetry, so we make design and CNC cut and put together all this stuff in-house in our own factory. And the furniture's actually designed like a puzzle, so it's actually interlocking. And the reason we do that, and the reason we have these as a soft close drawer, is that actually when you're on corrugated roads and all those off-road lumps and bumps and all of these heavier things moving around the van, there's a lot of pressure trying to push this drawer.
Yeah, a lot of stress on them.
And so normally traditional drawer, it puts all the weight on just on the latch and also on a drawer runner. Normally has on the side here, which is just screwed into timber and then screwed into the other timber. And so that's a lot of weight and a lot of vibration for it to have to put up with. And what happens is that the screws tend to want to come loose. And then you're just kind of forever adjusting those screws on those roads. Like say from start to end of Gibb River Road.
Screws loose.
So these are a metal-sided drawer with the soft close as I showed before, and actually the drawer runner is integrated underneath. So the weight of the drawer is on top of the drawer runner. So there's no screws to come loose here. And then the attachment of the drawer runner into the cabinet, it's actually supported on the bottom and the side. So there's no screws coming loose through all that.
This is not cheap hardware.
It is not. And then the furniture's designed and cut in a way that interlocks like the puzzle. So the furniture is not relying on screws either. It has screws in it, but actually it's locked together. So yeah, it's really designed to put up with all the harsh environment.
Neat and tidy plumbing, so we're maximizing our space.
And once again, like big usable space. And this is a bit I love. I love this because I hate having things that just aren't in a place. So having rubbish bags, so you got a rubbish bin and recycling space.
This is the exact same bin that I have in my house when I redid my kitchen.
Yeah,
that's what I put in it.
It's a minor thing. It's not that fancy, but
it's another 1%.
It just makes such a nice difference. You are going to love having these bins. And then above it right here, this is normally where we keep our induction cooktops and things like that. And then you just drop them on the bench top when you want to use it, and when you don't, you have all this available bench space.
When Trevor annoys me, I just spray him with a hose.
So this is a vegetable sprayer, not a
Trevor sprayer.
It's not a Trevor sprayer. So we love these. These are standard. This is what we have at home, so I always love to have it in our van. And so we've standardized these on the Counterstrike range, so you can go ahead and wash your vegetables or any. The good thing is, often when you're caravanning, you're limited with water. And so you don't want to fill this all the way up when you're off-grid. So having this to be able to go down and wash those dishes and do what you need to do, it is easier to kind of maintain a bit of the water.
Yeah, and if you want to spray Trevor. We also have an overhead, we've got the range hood, so when you've got your induction cooktop, if you're cooking inside, you still have that ventilation for your range hood as well, along with the big double glazed, gigantic windows.
Yeah, and plenty of light. It's a very dark Melbourne winter day, and it's quite late in the afternoon. And so you can see the amount of great lighting in here. Oh, huge fridge.
274 litre ventless compressor fridge.
It's actually not, it does have vents, otherwise it would die.
Oh, sorry.
Internally vented. Internally vented. Which normally in a van, you have fridges, even not gas fridges, this is a 12 volt fridge. Even a lot of 12 volt fridges out there, they actually have got those big external vents on the van, which then allows a lot of dust in. But regardless of the dust, it lets a lot of cold or hot in. And so having this internally vented means there's no insulation loss.
Did you see on the Kokoda Counterstrike owners group, Simon had just done a big trip, well he's traveling full time now, but he's just in a real big stretch on a lot of dust, and he was like, not a bit of dust in the van.
Yeah.
Without a dust reduction system.
Yeah, so a dust reduction system, or dust suppression system, you might have seen these around. They're normally a roof mounted, basically a little dome on top, and they've got a big fan in them with a filter. And so when you're driving, it tries to force air in the van. Yeah,
positively pressurizes the van to push the air out.
But they've got to work so hard because of all the vents. So that with having no vents in the van, there's really nothing sucking there.
But it was, I'm just saying, like it was really good validation, third party.
Well, I already knew because I did it. But it was nice to hear it.
When we say it, people are like, yeah, you know it.
But it's hard to believe it because it's like you have to do a lot of problem solving. And other brands,
which we do for you.
Well, other brands, they don't do a bad job. It's just that it takes a lot of problem solving and design to get it to.
Do you know the hard thing with other companies, and not that I'll name names, but how do you solve a problem that you don't know exists because you don't caravan?
Yeah, that's right. So we're not just myself, but lots of people in our company are avid caravan users, and not caravan parks, but actually off-road, off-grid,
we're not caravan
adventure, get out there and see some really remote stuff. So you've got roof-mounted aircon and heating, which is great. This customer normally have the electric hot water. This customer's gone with the diesel hot water, as we said earlier, so it's got some controls here for that. That is a great way to save a little bit of power and have that instant hot water. So you can go ahead and add that if you wanted to.
That's instant hot water and heat.
You can have one.
No, this customer has both.
Oh, okay, they got both. So you can have it just as hot water, or you can also add the heater component. So you can have
Everspatcher,
diesel
hot water,
and heat. So you can have Everspatcher, or you can have Webasto, Truma.
Webasto,
So there's maybe 3 or 4 different brands of diesel heating stuff we can talk about. For the most part, the standard van of the 1650 watts of solar and the 7 kilowatt battery, that's pretty much going to do you most of the time. But if you do want to have an extra buffer for camping under trees,
we can set you up.
Or winter's kind of hard for solar.
If you live in Tassie or Victoria.
Yeah, so you can add more of that. So I'm happy to work on that with you. What I might do, I might jump out of the van. Oh, I'm going to let you talk about the floor. And as you're talking about the floor, I'm going to jump out. Okay. And I'm going to let you take these guys through the rest of this van, especially, and I love it, that bedroom area. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with having to hang out with someone?
He's going to do a beer run for us. Right? No? Okay.
I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to leave you with stomach. Check out the van.
All right. Later, Trevi. So I think we've covered off most everything in here other than what's up here. So we've got the big microwave. You can also do a convection oven as well. And we're going to swap spaces here. Look at how much room there is for us to be able to do this, right? That was a good close-up. So we've got the center ensuite. We've made some nice adjustments in here. Because it's a 23-foot van, we actually have a lot of space in here. This is where our laundry chute is, as we showed you guys outside. Makes sense. I'm going to close this off. So now the SOG system is off. Plenty of storage below, plenty of storage overhead, ventilation system here, tower behind me. I'm just going to close this door. So not only does this look nice and tidy and neat, this acrylic door, it's lightweight, so it's not going to be hard on the frame of the van. It's quiet. Yeah, really good. Really spacious shower. You're not going to feel claustrophobic. You're not going to feel like you're sacrificing any space in here. This is like, it's like a little hotel. And behind us, should we do the shuffle again? Here, you go this way. And then I'll go this way. Swap places. So in the bedroom, you will be sleeping like royalty because this is a king bed, and it's a real king bed, so the same size king bed that I have in my house. Comfort, comfort, comfort. And I'm gonna get taller for a moment because underneath me is our shoe locker. So this lifts up. This is where I would keep all of my Converse. It's just, again, another one of those 1%ers where you've got a place to put your shoes rather than in some tub or when they're in the way. Plenty of overhead storage. And again, that flat roof means that we get extra space up here in the van. Dual fans, 12 volt, standard again, and big windows. So again, we're really bringing the outside in. Place to mount your 32-inch smart TV. And also underneath here, we have remote control, where I can turn the lights. Well done, cameraman, on and off. The nice thing about this too is with the bathroom, when you forget to turn the lights on and off, when you forget to turn the lights on and off in the bathroom, you can just do it from here because we've all done that. I'm not the movements on. There we go. So yeah, we've kind of thought of everything. Plenty of bedside space, plenty of wardrobe space. I don't know, I think we just kind of nailed it. So I don't know what else we have left to kind of show you. Oh, I might show you just the control panel for the battery management system. And underneath here as well, typically you'd have a bit more storage, but because we've got the Everspatcher diesel heater and hot water, this is where that ventilation system is. And over here, we've got drawer storage. So, yeah, I think we've nailed it. And you'll also notice I can walk around the bed here very comfortably, whereas with a lot of the rear club lounge center ensuite bed this way, you're having to do the shuffle around the bed. Not in the C230. This is all about comfort, all about making you happy in your van. Go that way. Thanks. Don't fall. If you fall, I'm gonna laugh. So up here, our control center for our lights. So just wave that, that turns everything on. So all our lights are up here. And we've got our battery management. That is our awning controls. And really, that's pretty much it. So I think I might do what Trev did and pack up and go home now that we've told you all about our C230, the Counterstrike. You're gonna love it, and I can't wait to show you through. So come see us, give us a call, check out the website, and we'll see you soon.